Okay, let's dive into this. Welcome to today's Explainer, where we're tracking what is, honestly, one of the most massive, fast-moving strategic pivots happening in the tech world right now. Microsoft is fundamentally rewiring its entire artificial intelligence strategy in 2026, and they're literally doing it in real time. We're going to trace a really fascinating chain of events today. We'll start from a visceral developer backlash over some very sudden pricing changes and take that all the way to major leaked reports about a brand new super app and an entirely new, highly proactive AI agent. If you want to understand exactly where daily computer use is heading over the next few years, well, you're in the right place.
So here's our roadmap for today. First up, the billing backlash. Second, we'll look at the agentic compute cost. Third, the new Copilot super app. Fourth, we'll meet Scout, which is Microsoft's proactive AI. And finally, we'll wrap up with their homegrown strategy. All right, let's get into it.
Section 1. The billing backlash and the community outrage. Right now, there is a very real, very visceral pain point that is just frustrating developers in the trenches. And it begs a burning question. Why are developers suddenly abandoning Copilot? If you hop over to the official GitHub community forums right now, it is absolute chaos. There's been a sudden major shift in how Microsoft and GitHub charge for AI services. It's basically an abrupt end to that unlimited, all-you-can-eat feeling of the early AI days, and it's catching a lot of power users completely off guard. Just listen to this actual quote from GitHub user JCH254. "I have been quite a heavy user of the latest models. Just checked my usage, $1,200. That is ridiculous. I won't be renewing." Now, a surprise $1,200 bill, yeah, that'll definitely wake you up in the morning. Basically, Microsoft is replacing free fallback models with a token-based system called GitHub AI credits, and heavy users running complex tasks are seeing their bills just skyrocket practically overnight. Which brings us to a really important deadline, June 1st, 2026. This is the exact date when this controversial usage-based billing takes full effect. Annual plans are being retired and users are being pushed into these monthly pay-as-you-go structures where, get this, unused AI credits won't even roll over to the next month. It's a massive shift and it has users seriously looking at alternatives. But you have to ask, why is Microsoft willing to risk alienating its core developer audience like this? That brings us to Section 2, the agentic compute cost, or essentially the why behind all of this. To really understand the business decision behind all this community anger, we need to clearly define a crucial term, and that is agentic workflows. These are AI systems that go way, way beyond just answering a quick prompt. They autonomously read through entire code repositories, they reason through their own failures, and they execute complex, multi-step operations. They aren't just fetching data, they're doing actual heavy-duty problem solving. And this brilliantly illustrates the core issue Microsoft is facing. Think about it. In the past, AI coding was mostly lightweight code autocomplete. You type a line, it suggests the next one. It was lightweight, reactive, and super cheap to compute. But autonomous multi-file coding, that's a whole different beast. The AI has to process massive chunks of data, or tokens, all at once. Think of tokens as the fuel the AI burns. This new approach is incredibly token-heavy. It's proactive, and it's highly, highly expensive to compute. Microsoft literally cannot afford to offer flat-rate subscriptions for power users who are just burning through this much compute fuel. They had to change the billing just to survive their own product's evolution.
Section 3. The Copilot super app and unifying the sprawl.
So we've seen the cost realities on the developer side, but Microsoft isn't just changing how it bills for Copilot, they're fundamentally changing where it lives. Over the last couple of years, Copilot has been scattered across Windows, Edge, Microsoft 365, GitHub. It's everywhere, and honestly, it's become kind of confusing. To solve this product fragmentation, recent leaks indicate they're building a unified super app targeted for launch by the end of summer 2026. Led by the new Copilot chief, Jacob Andrew, this project aims to combine 4 distinct souls into one single interface: Copilot Chat, GitHub Copilot, Copilot Cowork, and a brand new layer called Autopilot. They're trying to create a single center of gravity for your entire workflow. Here's exactly how Microsoft plans to clean up the mess. Conversational AI, which used to live in Bing or on the web, gets a dedicated chat tab. The coding assistants from VS Code and GitHub, they move to the coding tab. Delegated tasks from Microsoft 365 slide right into Cowork. And those massive expensive workflows we were just talking about, they get their own Autopilot tab. It's a structured, organized interface designed to keep you inside the Microsoft ecosystem before rivals like Google or Anthropic manage to become your default front door. Moving to Section 4, Meet Scout, Microsoft's proactive AI.
Now, what's really interesting about this is what's hiding inside this new super app interface. It's arguably the most mind-blowing technological leak of all, and it represents a massive paradigm shift. We are officially leaving the era of the reactive assistant, where the AI just waits in a chat box for your command. Enter Scout, a proactive agent. This AI actively watches your screen and initiates tasks autonomously. It's anticipating what you need before you even think to ask.
To cement just how different this is, let's look at a direct quote from the leaked reports. Scout watches the work as it happens and takes the initiative, suggesting or launching tasks without the user having explicitly asked for them. I mean, just imagine you're working on your computer all day. Instead of framing requests to an AI, the AI notices a deadline approaching on your calendar, prepares a draft email based on a recent document you opened, and just pops up to ask, hey, should I send this? It completely reverses the relationship between person and machine. But, of course, that level of autonomy brings us to a huge hurdle, the enterprise crux. Who controls a proactive agent that reads your emails, checks your calendar, and acts without asking? I mean, for an everyday user, Scout might sound absolutely amazing, but for an IT administrator trying to manage corporate data, this is a complete governance and security headache. Microsoft is going to have to prove that administrators have incredibly granular control over what Scout can see, what it can touch, and when it can be stopped, because otherwise, enterprise security teams will literally just shut it off immediately.
Section 5, Microsoft's homegrown strategy.
To make this massive proactive super app a reality, Microsoft needs total control over its infrastructure, and the timeline here really connects all the dots. From 2023 to 2025, they relied almost exclusively on OpenAI's models to run Copilot. But as those agentic compute costs absolutely soared, we got that June 1st billing overhaul. And then, literally the next day at the Build conference, Microsoft is expected to reveal their own homegrown AI models, which paves the way for the late summer Copilot super app launch. They finally realized they simply cannot rent the model layer forever.
So the crucial point is this. Microsoft is building their own homegrown models because it is the only way the economics of the super app make any sense. By building their own models, they reduce their reliance on OpenAI. They can deeply optimize their profit margins for these new token-heavy agents like Scout and Autopilot. They can drastically improve the latency so the app actually feels snappy, and they can even support local execution right on the neural processing units of the new Copilot Plus PCs. It gives them the freedom to orchestrate the best model for the job, rather than relying on a single supplier for the whole shebang.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground today, from the form outrage over those new billing setups to the absolute cutting edge of proactive AI. And I want to leave you with a final, provocative thought to take away from this explainer today. As we move into an era where Microsoft unifies your coding, your chatting, and your daily tasks under one super app, powered by models they built and driven by an AI that acts before you even ask, who really controls your proactive agent? Are you managing it, or is it managing your workflow? The privacy, dependency, and governance implications of this new ecosystem are absolutely massive, and we are really just beginning to see how it will all unfold. Thanks for diving into this with me today, and keep